Today I'm going to take you on a tour of some walls and some graffiti spots around the Gowanus Canal in Brooklyn. I'm going to just stay close to the Gowanus Canal because it's not that big of an area and there's not much to see. There used to be a lot to see. I used to love walking around the Gowanus Canal. There was so much history, so much old tags and walls, and now there's not much. There's like one really cool wall and like you gotta like just walk around and everything's cleaned up. I mean, take it how you want, you know, if it's a good thing or bad thing, but you know, I miss the days when it was kind of like no man's land. This is actually pretty cool. They did a tribute to the old Kentile floors sign that you could see from the Smith 9th Street station. Or it was just like this huge billboard on top of a building that they demolished, I want to say 10 years ago now. It was definitely a very iconic, I mean, I don't think anyone really gave a crap like about it when it was there, other than it was pretty iconic, but I have pictures of it. You know, people have pictures of it. It's not there anymore, so it kind of like commemorates a time period for this neighborhood. Wow, what's going on here? That's crazy. They like cleared all this out. But down there you could see they're like dredging in the Gowanus Canal. They cleaned out this canal. I kayaked this a few years ago. They had on the bottom what was called black mayo. It was just, that's how disgusting it was. It was like rumored to be like if you get in the water you'll get a disease. It's like that nasty. But apparently they spent a lot of money to clean it out, and it's gonna be like, and I think it's not contaminated anymore, to be honest with you. I think, not that saying that someone should go in it, but I mean, it's still polluted, but still, I think it's a lot cleaner than it was. I mean, it was so dirty, it smelled so bad at one point, early 2000s. See, they don't want you swimming and see, caution while boating, but it's a super fun site. It's just complete, it's like extremely polluted, but I know they did make an effort to clean it. To what extent that it's completed, I have no idea. I have no idea what they're doing over there with that building. That's pretty crazy. I want to go take a closer look. So you could actually smell the Gowanus Canal. I smell it down here. You could see, oh, this is gnarly. Check this out. That's like in the water right now. Yeah, it's kicking up pretty strong, the smell. That's the Gowanus Canal for you. I mean, yeah, I have no idea what they're doing over here, but it looks interesting. crazy. This building is gone over here. This used to be another building that you could go in the back, go inside. It was just like this abandoned building. Completely demolished it. It's gone. Oh, that's crazy. That's really sad. This was just more pieces on the side of the wall. Now, there's a mural here. What is this? Hungarian Cultural Center? Like, yeah, I get it. But this is kind of like the battle that a lot of neighborhoods and a lot of graffiti writers that have been painting for a long time have to deal with. So I don't even know what I don't know. Maybe this is a graffiti writer I'm not familiar with. I don't know what that says. I mean, call me ignorant, but they basically came and they did this mural on this building for whatever purpose. But considering there was pieces on this wall by real graffiti writers that paint like every day and do like put in a lot of real work, that it's kind of annoying when these murals pop up. I mean, it happens all over the world. Not, you know, it happens everywhere, but when you see it happen, it kind of makes you be like, oh man, that sucks. So basically, I think there was a comic DYM and a Host 18 piece. A lot of great pieces were painted on this wall too. It was like for these guys, it wasn't for the murals. That's a very conflicting thing that goes on these days. I believe this is a street artist. Her name is Swoon. I believe that's a Swoon. See, when it comes to the graffiti and the street art, I'm not so on top of like who the latest people are gluing paper to walls. But I respect Swoon, if that's Swoon. She's been doing it for a long time. And I recognize her work, so I'm pretty positive that's Swoon. I know she's got a studio in Red Hook. And she's been around a long time. I went to Pratt in 2000. She was going to Pratt in 2000. And she was, you know, just trying to just do things under her name. Wasn't big yet. I mean, she blew up. She's huge. Super famous artist, street artist. You know, doing the street thing too, you know. Whatever, she's got exhibitions all over the world. Revs had something on this building. It was actually one of like his best pieces, to my knowledge, that I physically saw with my own two eyes. And it was here. It's crazy they painted the whole thing because he still had like some of the, you could see he painted the background, and this is where the thing was welded in. and it was one of his robot characters, and it had a gun to its head. I definitely am gonna upload a picture with it to show you what I'm talking about. But it was like one of the coolest like welds he had. He also had another one in the street down the block. And this place was weird. Like, I don't know what went down here, but I think the guy was like some sort of artist, a sculptor. Last I checked in the news, oh, you know what it was? I came by here to see if this was here one day. This was like a couple years ago. And it was gone. But on the door was all like these federal warnings, like this building is a crime scene and whatever. The owner, honestly, whoever the guy was in there, he was an actor as well, because they showed his whole bio, like his whole history. He was an actor, and he was doing some sort of classes in there, and he was doing something crazy. Like he's went to like federal prison or something. So this is the end of the Gowanus Canal. This is where it ends. Maybe, or you could see what kind of work they're doing over there. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, they have a whole barge. Some good tags on this truck.
And then I say maybe I could have to park back there somewhere when I get the car. You gonna have to park anywhere I can. When I get off work, I'll probably take some time.
This is a pretty rare piece. This is a rusted piece of metal. This is Artist Attack. It's a pretty well-known graffiti writer. But he installs these, I don't know how many he's installed overall, but they're everywhere. If you look in the little cutty spots. Wow. Like this was a cement factory, whatever you want to call it. This was like the dump trucks would go in there and load up the cement, and it was just like a huge like cement truck yard. It's pretty crazy. I went like I'd walk around in there sometimes. You weren't supposed to, but it was just wild. Like it was just like this wide open field of just like sand and dirt, and I mean, little by little, I knew something was happening with the land. Like, they slowly demolished one end of it. But the fact that they brought it all the way out here. See, these are old Brooklyn tags on this wall. This is cool to see. That is amazing. This is my first time seeing this. I had no knowledge they were going to level this. You can actually see in the distance. You could see Whole Foods. I mean, the landscape 10 years ago looked nothing like. There was just like lots of abandoned industrial ruins. I'd like to keep taking you to Red Hook. If I keep walking straight, I'll see how far I can make it before the sun goes down. think they closed this business. That's crazy. If that's the case. There's one bus left. That's nuts. Hold on. That's crazy. This building is all demolished as well. I mean, I'm sorry this isn't much of a motivational video for seeing good walls and cool stuff, but these were crazy spots. This was a huge historical building. This was a huge historical building. There was more buildings on the property. They got demolished first, and then someone, I think arson, there was arson done to this building because it was a historic landmark. And they just wanted it out of here. And then next door, this was see that bus? This was like a limousine company for like charter buses. And they used to let them all paint in this yard. They buffed a lot of it. It doesn't look like they're in business anymore. I wonder if that bomb means that, like, if that's like a symbol that this whole lot is just gonna go down. Like, that's, I bet you they're gonna demolish all this, and they're gonna put up condos, high rises. So this is the other end of the Gowanus Canal. It opens up into the huge river over there. Maybe I'll walk that way along the shore. They got a stop work order. I mean, I'll tell you a crazy story about this spot. When this building was here, and they had the two other smaller buildings, I mean, it was wide open. It wasn't like, everything was blown wide open. You could walk right in. And actually walked in with some construction workers, just random dudes, like working on the property. And holy cow, that is insane. That used to be a whole building, and that was like what's left on the walls. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not gonna walk around Red Hook because there's not much to see. It's a lot to cover, a lot of ground to cover on foot right now. I think I'm just gonna go to other half. I'm gonna go get a couple of beers and just hang out. I'm gonna hang out, get a few beers at other half. They got a crazy selection too. I may even do a video in there, see what kind of beers they got.